The American Farm Bureau Federation has turned 100 years old. Bryce Duskett has the details on how the group is celebrating.
Scott Vanderwall is a South Dakota farmer and serves as the organization's vice president. He says the organization has worked to serve agriculture since it first began back in 1919.
Back then, they recognized the need for amplifying and multiplying our voices, and we've really done that over the years to the point where we are today. And then the other part of the centennial celebration is to look forward for the next 100 years and what's it going to take for us to continue to represent agriculture and be relevant going forward. When we think about the changes we've seen the last 20, 30 years, where are we going to be 30 or 50 years from now, and where do we fit into that, representing farmers and ranchers' interests and making sure that not only our country but the world gets fed.
The American Farm Bureau will hold their annual convention in Austin, Texas next month.
The U.S. Meat Export Federation is planning to fill the fresh pork supply shortfall in Hong Kong with U.S. chilled pork. The African swine fever virus caused the number of live hogs coming into Hong Kong from China to drop by 50%, with purchases of American soybeans in November jumped higher. November imports jumped to 5.4 million tons, which is almost 54% higher than last year. An Associated Press report says U.S. soybean imports into China more than doubled from the previous month's 2.6 million tons. That number comes from aweb.com, now a website of the Chinese farming industry. China cut its purchase of U.S. soybeans as a trade war with Washington, D.C. kicked into high gear. While the two countries announced their Phase 1 deal back in October, they haven't released any specific details regarding that agreement. Well, that is a look at your agricultural news. Keep up to date on the latest news, information, and podcasts through our website at ruralradio.com. I'm Susan Littlefield, the Rural Radio Network.
This is Jane. She thinks she's just filling her car, but she's also filling the air with cancer-causing toxic chemicals used to boost octane in gas. What doesn't burn in the engine enters the air and your lungs, even your heart and brain. Bad for everyone, especially kids. Ethanol is a natural octane booster, clean burning and non-toxic. More ethanol means less scary stuff in our gas and in the air we breathe. And that makes your choice pretty plain, Jane. American Ethanol, cleaner air for Nebraska.